Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're over here on the JP side of the game, showcasing the new Verse Whitebeard and V2 Legend Marco that has just released on One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan. And I gotta say, I love these units so much. The Verse Whitebeard and Shanks has actually become my favorite unit in the game. My most fun unit is still Ace Sabo, but I really enjoy this particular unit. I do love, like, most things about them. They do have their downfalls, but I've really enjoyed testing and playing with these particular units over the last couple days, or the last day I should say, because Kazuna's been going crazy, haven't had much time to actually use them. But in today's video, we are hopping into Revolutionary Army 2, and we are showcasing what these two new units can actually do. They are both very strong. The new Whitebeard versus Shanks is a very good leader, and is going to age quite well and is going to be able to take down a lot of content moving forward, as well as some of the other older content in the game as well. So it was a lot of fun actually taking them into Revolutionary Army 2, which at the moment on JP, besides the forest, is probably the hardest thing that is floating around at the moment. But once we do get some more content released and stuff like that, or some new content comes back, we will be testing them in other areas, and I do plan on taking them into the Horde event as well to see how they go. But the team basically consists of Legend Chopper. Legend Chopper is really good for both Shanks and Whitebeard because he is a Psy unit. He can actually remove attack down as well as bind, despair, and paralysis, as well as give us healing as well, which is really nice. We are going to use his special on this particular stage against Hack and his lackeys, and Chopper's just really good for this whole particular Garp's challenge, as he's just, if you can fit him on a team for this particular run, you're normally going to be finding a spot for him. We are going to use the Law special on this particular stage too. That way we can just do a butt ton of damage to Hack and take him out on the second turn. With Legend Marco as well, Legend Marco actually comes in clutch on this particular run, as we actually utilize his special to keep us alive on the Morley stage. He's also a color affinity booster, that's his big gimmick. Or a chain buffer. If you are running him as captain, you can sort of get the best of both worlds, which is really cool. But in today's video, we are utilizing him as a sub. Another unit we have on this team that's very good for Revolutionary Army 2 is actually V1 Rayleigh 6+. Rayleigh can remove bind, despair, and paralysis by 7 turns. He also has a really good sailor ability that actually gives himself cooldowns every time someone else uses a special as well. Make sure he is in the bottom left and make sure Chopper is in the middle right if you are utilizing this team. Otherwise, you're going to get cucked, especially on this particular stage against Ivankov and the Kamakama girls, as they actually roll your captains and middle row special back. So you do want to make sure that Rayleigh is down the bottom and in the bottom left-hand spot specifically for the Lindbergh stage. But we'll talk about that once we get there. The final unit on this particular team is Wano Law, or V3 Law, however you want to say it. He's an amazing sub for, but again, well, mainly for Whitebeard, as he is an orb booster and he is a chain locker. And because Whitebeard is a powerhouse striker unit, we can actually get the benefits of both those effects. He does work with Shanks as well, but Shanks is an orb booster, he's an orb booster, so you're kind of doubling up there. But they both are very strong, and if you need the chain lock of Law, you can easily just add him to a Shanks team as well. As we make our way through this, I think it's stage 3. We are going to finish off Ivankov on the third turn and make sure that we are sort of hitting our perfects there to make sure that we do enough damage. With the 5x captain, we do have plenty of damage. On the next stage, we come up against Sabo and Koala. Sabo and Koala are going to make all colors unfavorable and recovery unfavorable as well. They are also going to lock our orbs, give us normal attacks only, and reduce our recovery significantly. If you do use an orb booster on this particular turn, you will have a bad time, as Sabo will actually wipe away all of your buffs, so just be very careful. I actually stuff up here, and I actually utilize the Whitebeard special after taking too much damage. When it comes to Whitebeard, if you are below a certain threshold of HP, he actually gives you an ore buff as well. So once I actually kill Koala, I go to use my second Whitebeard special on this particular stage. Sorry, after this turn. I should have used it there. Otherwise, I would have... otherwise you'll see what happens, basically. Because I get the ore buff, Sabo wipes away the attack buff, and I'm kind of stuck with just what I have. The beautiful thing is, because we do have 5x captains, we can easily just attack Sabo with orbs after the third turn. We do get our orbs back, but we do want to make sure that we actually take out Sabo on this particular turn. Otherwise, he's going to give us a full border slot bind, and he's basically just going to wipe us away. The big upside to using Whitebeard is he actually gives quite a lot of damage reduction. 20% damage reduction per captain, which is very good, and it's going to make the next stage against Morley way more easy to deal with. We are using the Magello ship with this particular team as well. Magello gives us even more damage reduction. He can also lock orbs as well, which is really nice. But the big upside here is because both Shanks and Whitebeard are Psi and an Int unit, we can actually use the ship with both of them, which helps out significantly. On this stage against Morley, he puts up 2 turns of Threshold and 2 turns of Defense up, which is a little bit frustrating. And he has 5 turns of Resilience. So normally, like, some of the faster teams can just blitz their way through this, and I imagine Whitebeard and Shanks are no exception, but just with the account that I have, I just had to take the old-fashioned route and actually stall here on Morley. But with Whitebeard's damage reduction, with his versatility as well, we can actually get 90% damage reduction and just tank all of the shots that Morley throws at us. Morley's going to attack every 2 turns, so just be mindful of that as well. He will rotate all of our orbs into Dex, as well as give us a chain lock every single turn. So he is going to restrict our damage significantly. With the versatility of Whitebeard, we can actually get 90% damage reduction, which is really, really nice. And you are about to see that as well. Once we do get to a sort of a threshold where we can't sort of tank damage, we can use Marco to heal ourselves back up, and then just rinse and repeat the process. Unfortunately, we get a full body Dex orb, so it's very hard to actually get the versatility back up. But the beautiful thing here is there's no normal attacks only, so when you do use the versatility of Whitebeard, you actually do quite a lot of damage because the 30% HP cut is so significant. Whitebeard versus Shanks actually has pinch healing as well, so that is something else to note. So that way you can actually hit perfects with Whitebeard. It's funny that Whitebeard has pinch healing, but it is. So let's fast forward to the end of here because we are going to take a little bit of time to stall. So once we've stalled back to get most of our specials is when we can actually move on this particular stage. Now the funny thing here is I'm actually using the friend captain that they provide you. So my friend captain has no sockets, no limit break, no special level, and we still actually managed to get this done. Unfortunately, I just don't have many friends that have verse Whitebeard or verse Shanks, but once you do get to the point where you have all your specials back, you can actually just use the Whitebeard specials to finish off Morley. On the next stage against Bello Betty, we do get paralysis and attack down once again, so we do need to make sure that we have our chopper special ready to go. But the beautiful thing here is that all the damage that we took from Morley, if you do need to stall a little bit longer than I did, we actually can heal back utilizing the chopper's end of turn healing. With Bello Betty, she has a bunch of girls around the outside that you do want to make sure you kill on the very first turn, otherwise you're going to take a lot of damage. But with Bello Betty, she will re-summon them once again once we do kill them. So once we've taken out all the girls, we can focus on Bello Betty on the next turn. Whitebeard actually just does so much damage, and because we are running 4 int units, we do have a lot of color affinity here, so we can easily just take out Bello Betty with our normal attacks before she has a chance to re-summon those chicky babes. Then that way you can move on to the next stage against Lindbergh. Against Lindbergh, he is going to bind our top and bottom right units and our middle left, as well as give us paralysis on our entire crew. So that's why having Rayleigh in the bottom left is essential, as that way we can actually use his special to remove all those nasty defects. We also get a full board of unfavorable orbs here, but because we remove those defects, we can start taking out Lindbergh, and just with our normal attacks, take him out over the next 3 turns. With Whitebeard's captain ability giving us so much damage reduction, being able to get Psi and In orbs to get the versatility back for even more damage reduction for the next stage against Carousel is very, very strong. Also, like, bringing in the fact that he is a 5 times captain just makes this character absolutely absurd. He gives me a lot of vibes of like V3 Law, like the one that we're using as a sub, but in the regards of like there just isn't any healing. But that's where bringing the sub of Marco comes into play, as we can actually not only get utility with Marco, but we can easily just get a whole bunch of healing as well, which is really, really nice. Marco actually reduces paralysis as well, so you can actually utilize him for this particular stage if you want to. But the idea here is you really want someone that can do paralysis removal as well as bind removal as well. On the next stage against Carousel, this is where we are going to stall a little bit once again. He is going to despair us and put up 2 turns of threshold every 3 turns. So on that 3rd turn, we do have a chance to actually hit him as hard as we possibly can. But ideally here, we really want to make sure that we can actually get our law special back. Getting our law special back is essential, as we are going to need that for the final stage to rotate block orbs. Ideally, you probably want to use the friend Whitebeard on the previous turn. But because I had not had a friend Whitebeard that was max special level, it was a little bit annoying. Now, don't be afraid to use the verse abilities on this particular stage. That way we can tank a lot more damage from Carousel. He's going to rotate all of our orbs every single turn, but basically once we get that law special back, we can move on. So any meat orbs you see along the way, make sure to pick them up. If you drop too low, you can always use Marco's special to heal yourself back up, and you can always use the chopper or the chopper special as well to also not only remove the despair, but to also get some healing. Now, Carousel will actually blow the healing away, but at least you will get that one turn to stay alive. Make sure you are hitting your Psy and your Int Orbs when he does rotate them though, as that way you can build up your verse meters again, so you can actually pop off the Whitebeard verse ability to stay alive. So ideally, you want to actually hang on to the chopper special if you can, to use that to remove the despair once Law goes down to a 2-turn cooldown. But as mentioned, as long as you are getting your verse abilities, you will be able to tank quite a lot of damage from Carousel, but that also relies on Orb Roll as well. So now that we've got our Law down quite low to the 1-turn cooldown or the 2-turn cooldown, then we can take out Carousel. Ideally, you're going to need to be using a Whitebeard special here to do most of the damage, so don't be afraid to pop one of your Whitebeard specials to output enough damage to take out Carousel and move on to the final stage against Sabo and Koala. Now, against Sabo Koala, they are going to only let us use 2 specials. They do give us a full board of Block Orbs, they wipe away all of our buffs, and they have full immunity. So this is where utilizing the Law special, 1-0 Law, as well as utilizing Whitebeard special, we can not only get an Orb boost and attack boost, we can also get a Chain Lock and a base stat boost. The base stat boost of 1000 base stats or attack is actually no joke. It is so much extra damage that goes into the multiplier that you guys will just see how much damage both Whitebeard and Shanks can output just with that extra bonus. And the fact that there's not many other units that give that buff makes them even more valuable to have. So there you guys go. That was my Whitebeard and Marco showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. If you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the OPTC content, hit that big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!